Hey Kyle, this is Keaton Everett with ABC, going over your pitching video from camp. I'm going to go through and talk about your mechanics a little bit, go through and break it down in a couple spots and talk a little bit about ways we can really maximize our lower half, ways we can generate some extra velocity, generate some more consistency, repeatability, and we'll go through and talk a little bit about each step here. So right off the bat, one of the easiest things for consistency of mechanics is how we start. We've got to be able to make sure we can repeat our mechanics every time, and one of the ways that we can help do that is to eliminate excess movements. And so I'm going to show you here by drawing a circle over your head and a line sort of through your spine to watch what happens when you start. You can see everything start to shift back. All right. So if you're thinking about sprinters, on the starting blocks, they don't rock back and go before they sprint just because it's not efficient. Their first movement's forward. So we want to try to load up back initially. So now, your head gets back here. Your weight's a little bit back over that back foot. So now when we go back to the start, that's all we need to do. You don't need to change your feet. You don't need to do anything. You just need to shift your weight. You just move your hips back here. All right, just shift that weight over that back side. We want like 80% back, 20% on that front side to eliminate that extra movement, to make it a little bit more efficient. All right. So now the next part of that, all right, your hands are in a good spot. Your eyes are on the target the whole time. Now what we need to do is we need to get our hips in the right position to throw. All right, our hips are what create velocity. It's basically the engine of the mechanics, and so we need to get those in the correct spot before. And so watch what your leg does here. All right, so as you lift, you just kind of lift that knee straight up into the air. All right. And then kind of let your hips try to get out in front of everything. All right. So we want to try to get our hips to lead our body, or to lead our foot down the mound a little bit later. All right. We want to try to get to this spot here. All right. So you get your knee to about right this height. We want to try to take the knee from there and get it closed and drop it over that back foot somewhere. All right. So now your foot's here. And your hips are closed off, and so that's going to create that extra drive with it. That's going to get those hips going down the mound closed. It's going to create more power. It's going to create more torque, and it's just going to get you in a bit more powerful position. All right. So initially, all you got to think about is just if there's a string on your knee, and you're just pulling it back up over that back foot. All right, and that leg's just dangling there. All right. So we're just getting back. It doesn't have to be all the way back here. Just somewhere, generally probably somewhere around in this area over that back foot, to get those hips in that good position to get going. So that'll help you out. It's an easy fix, and that'll get you going. All right, so you're breaking your hands good. You got pretty good timing over the mound. You always want to break those hands over the rubber at the same time, which is a good thing there. And so then getting those hips closed longer, at this position, you might see your foot here. All right, so now it's going to be behind your hips still, and you're going to be able to get down the mound a little bit more, a little bit quicker, with a little bit more force. So as you get going down here, you're getting good at extension, you're getting everything down, and so now at your foot strike, which is right here, you're showing a really good torque. All right, so the torque is the ability for that those hips to start rotating before your shoulder goes. All right. So that's good, nice and long. All right, everything's good. Now the one thing that you can work on is this front side. All right, as you can see, that foot lands and that glove kind of gets curled in a little bit early. All right, so now you're releasing the ball from about right here. I'm sure your hand was a little bit farther back. Maybe probably about right here was when the actual ball came out somewhere. It's kind of hard to see, but your head is a little bit behind your heel. All right, your glove's kind of tucked in there. So I'm going to leave those lines. And so the simple thing of just kind of keeping your glove out a little bit longer, maybe, out over your front foot is usually where we like to see it, somewhere out there. What that's going to do is that's going to keep your shoulders closed longer. It's going to create more torque in your hips. All right, and so then as you rotate forward, we're going to see that glove out here a little bit more, and what that's going to do is that's going to cause your body, instead of starting to release the ball here, is it's going to get you to stay in your leg a lot longer and create more of an angle out front where your head and your chest is going to be out over that front foot a little bit more. All right, and so that's going to create a lot more power. It's also going to probably, you're probably going to start releasing the ball, out here a little bit more. And so that's, any extra inch, any extra distance we can cut down going to the hitter is going to get on them quicker. You're going to create more angle with your pitches. You're going to have sharper breaking stuff. So just the more that we can drive through, get out over that front foot, the better off we're going to be. And you got a great finish. You got a really good sense of how that lower half's working. Now just work on really work on that initial setup, and that's some of the easiest stuff. It's harder to teach the other things, the foot strike through release, and you really got that. Maybe just a little bit more with that left side, keeping that glove out closed a little bit longer. But really, it's just a matter of your initial setup, cleaning that up, and you're going to be real solid. So it's very impressed with where you're at right now, and that's good. So anyways, thanks for making it out to camp. Hopefully you had a great time. Good luck this year, and hopefully we'll see you again with ABC.